Good morning, we're live once again, October 7th, here on the Daddykirbs farm, the live show, the Saturday morning live show. It is so good to be here. It's a beautiful morning. We have special guest. Kate's with us again this week, doing the moderation, and we are having a good time. I'm going to change the focus here just a little bit. This is Mr. Øystein. Those of you who saw last week's show, you know he is visiting from Norway. We also have a few more people. His parents and his girlfriend are here as well. And we have had a beautiful week. There hasn't been any videos, I'm sure you've noticed, because it has not been easy to be a video creator and a host to a family. But at this moment, this time, I'm preferring to put my time and effort into being a good host because we're just having a beautiful week, a beautiful time, several weeks here on the farm. Thank you for joining us on the Daddykirbs Farm live show. This is a weekly show. The purpose of the show is to engage with the audience, to share with you our story and our journey, and also to interact with you as you tell me through the chat your story and your journey. So, let's get started. Let's see what we have going on here.
We have a brand new computer that refuses to see the video.
Oh no!
Yes.
Kate got a new computer, but she's having a little bit of challenge with the video this morning.
Google Chrome, the web browser. Internet
You can at
Explorer.
least see the chat though, right?
I can see the chat, yes.
All right. Well, that's number one, but hopefully we can get the video worked out. I'm going to scroll through real fast and see who's here so I can say howdy to a few people. And then we're going to talk about the places we've gone and the activities we've done, the projects that we've worked on, and just lots of stuff to chat about in this live show this week. Let's see. Going to the top of the chat. We Tree Bonsai with her wrench. Thank you so much for moderating.
This is nothing.
Doug Bode made it in the chat in the show today. Thank you, Doug, for showing up. Doug is a local friend. Let's see here. Jan Roar Bernhardsen. Sorry if I didn't get that correct. Apparently a visitor from Norway. Do you know them?
Yeah, no, I don't know them.
Okay.
It's pronounced Jan Roar Bernhardsen.
Exactly.
That's it.
Like he said. Let's see. Doug Bode early on says, Daddykirbs, why does honey get thick and turn to sugar, sometimes fairly quickly? I don't know exactly why, but there's something about the different types of sugars that's in the honey and the temperature, and some honey is more prone to becoming crystallized earlier than others. Some people prefer that because they whip it up, mix it, and it makes like a spread instead of something that will pour and drip. So it's still good honey. Nothing wrong with it. It's just a different consistency. Let's see, he says, I opened a jar that I got from you a week ago maybe, and now it has thickened and sugared up. Well, I would say I'm sorry, but I actually kind of like it. So, it's one of those things that you can put it in a warm spot. Don't put it in the microwave or oven because you'll kill all the beneficials. But sometimes I'll put it in the sun and it'll get thin again. The sugary part will start to get thin. Just put the jar out in the sun. But that's as much heating up as you want to do. You don't want to heat it up too far. Let's see, Wheat Tree, Jan, scrolling through. John Haffenecker from Centennial, Colorado. I was going to say California. Call me Haffy for short. Good morning, Haffy. Let's see here, scrolling through. Doug Bode, let's see here. The Music Well made it in this morning. Good morning. Ronald is in with his wrench as well. So we have Wheat Tree Bonsai, Ronald Woodruff, and Kate on as moderators. Thank you for your hard work.
Don't thank me yet. It's not working.
Uh-oh.
Thank you. It's now working.
Awesome. Okay, so Brenda, good morning. Wicked Westphalia, good morning. Blur 1983J, good morning. Good to have you.
David's on.
David's in. Good morning, David. Brooke Chilvers. Good crowd, 18 and counting. Barbara Boda, good morning. Sandy Yeager, good morning. David Howell, good morning. Yes, it is a beautiful day, David. It was just a pinch chilly this morning. Even the Norwegian guest made comment.
I've been here for too long.
That's right. Yeah, now you guys have to, when you're done with this visit, you're going to go back to pretty much freezing temperatures.
Yeah, well, my girlfriend mother said that they have snow on the mountaintops now.
Come join us.
Yeah, we got beautiful 70s, 80s here, and it's been a little humid, a little warm during the days, but the mornings and the evenings are cool. It's very nice, and they're gonna go back to a dark. It's gonna start getting dark.
It's getting dark. I think the darkest day is either 12th or 13th of December. The sun is probably out 2 or 3 hours or so.
So all has snow.
So December 21st is the
12th.
The solstice. That typically is the
20,
shortest day.
Yeah, that's 21st then. Yep.
All right.
2 or 3 hours of sun.
2 or 3 hours of sun, and then that gets, after the 21st, starts minutes a day getting longer until June 21st, which is the longest day, and then you have 2 or 3 hours of dim.
Yeah, it's not even dark.
Right.
But it grows so crazy.
Yeah. Those months, if it's not too cold like it's been this year.
Can you make sure there's nobody on connection inside, please? Okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of buffering. Sometimes my internet connection is poor, especially if there's people in the house using the internet, so we'll just remind them to stay off for this hour. So I do want to jump in. You guys, thank you for being here and sharing in the conversation. I know that because I haven't put any videos out that you probably are interested in what is going on here on the Daddykirbs farm. What are we doing? What projects are happening? And just general updates. So we're going to talk about those updates for the live show. And then we're also going to hopefully show a little bit in some upcoming videos. I've had no time to be a video creator for these couple weeks, and that's okay. But that's just why the YouTube channel is kind of taking a break. But this morning for the live show, we're going to talk about, I do have notes, we're going to talk about some of the projects and the places we visited and some of the experiences that we've had. Is the horse fence done? I see that question, Miss Wheatree. And last night, we started the fence. And by started the fence, what I mean is we bought the materials, and I got my neighbor over here to start drilling holes. And we had a little bit of problem with his auger. The ground here is really tough, and when you get down to a certain layer, there are a lot of rocks, most of them around baseball-sized rocks, but they're all packed in together. And we broke his shear bolt, which is simply a bolt that goes through the implement as it spins. If it reaches a certain torque or tension, the bolt will break and the implement will not. But sadly, last night we didn't have an extra bolt, so I had to go buy some bolts, and then he's going to come back over directly after this live show, and we're going to get the rest of those holes dug, fingers crossed, and then hopefully we can get that fence done today. That's a project for today. We're getting it done.
We're getting there.
We're getting her done. And I forgot to remind you to go get your coffee, just in case you need reminded.
No coffee for me.
No coffee for Kate, because she's been up already for a long time, sucking it down all morning.
Yep, yep. Did 2 whole pots already.
Let's see. Yes. Okay. So Sandy Yeager hates putting up fences. I can't say it's my favorite project either. You know, the fence itself is not so bad. It's digging the holes in this soil. I know you've heard me complain about that over and over, but it is a real challenge. We started one of the holes a few days ago by hand, just to say, okay, what if? What if we just did it by hand? And yeah, we got about that far down, and we could not go any further because the ground wouldn't budge. So it's just one of those projects that you have to have a larger implement to get that job done. Todd Kirk says, watching your videos made me start buying local honey from a local beekeeper. Much better than store-bought. Thank you. You're welcome, and thank you so much for supporting your local beekeepers. They do appreciate that very much. Eat a hot pepper on the show. Not one of your peppers. Thank you so much, Ronald, for sending those peppers, but no way, no how am I putting that in my mouth at all. Certainly not live on YouTube, because even though that might get a few views, I can't handle it. No way. Oh yeah, so Doug Bode says, digging a hole in the Daddykirbs farm area, his area, same area, or general area, is a rite of passage into manhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look what I said to him.
Okay. I need to dig a bunch of holes for new saplings in my food forest.
And I said, what does that make me?
Oh, right. Oh, I missed. You guys look,
I dig holes in my
oh,
orchard.
right.
What's that?
What's that? Yeah. So, you gonna join us, Luke? You want to come around here? Luke wants to come in for a minute.
Yay.
Here, you can share my seat with me, bud. Come sit down. Luke's been helping on the farm too. He is loving our Norwegian guest. Good morning, Luke. Can you tell everybody good morning?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good job.
You guys look alike. Diamond Willow too. We're like brothers. Are you talking about me and Øystein or me and Kate? We look alike, Kate?
Do we?
She said, somebody said we look alike, but I think they're talking about me and Øystein.
I think.
What was that?
Darts.
You want to play
My
darts?
visual says hi to Luke.
My dad is.
Ingvild, your sister, says
What?
she dares you to eat the hot pepper.
Nope.
Nope, not one of those guys. Maybe one of the Tabascos or something like that out of the garden. I could
Lots of
probably.
people are saying hi to Luke.
Yeah.
There we
Hey, Luke,
go.
people want to say howdy.
Darts.
Yeah, he want to play
Oh, he wants to
darts.
play darts. Luke has loved playing darts on the farm. We set up a dartboard because when I went to Norway last year, one of the main things that we did when it was cold or it was dark, or it wasn't dark because it stayed light the whole time, but just in those moments when we weren't outside, we threw darts. And so we brought the dartboard, borrowed a dartboard and set it up in the guest house. And so that's one of the activities we've been doing here this week, and Luke loves it. So we're going to be throwing darts probably again today and this evening. We also have the cornhole board set up, throwing cornhole. We should have somebody out here playing cornhole and just do a live toss.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, Kjell is up now, so you can ask him if you want to play darts after he's eaten breakfast.
That's right. Luke, you're the star of the show. Ronald says you're the star. Can
There
you
we
give him a
go.
thumbs up? Can you do this?
Give it a thumbs up.
Put your thumb up like this. Can you do it? No, put it up here so we can see it in the camera. You gotta put your thumb in the air.
There we go.
It was sort of a thumbs up. My Visla says, my brother's a beekeeper. I get free honey. That's good honey.
Oh.
Free honey's good honey.
Yes, it is.
It's the best honey.
Hi, Luke. Hi, Luke. Hi, Luke. Everybody loves you, Luke. Has Luke lost more weight? No, but he certainly hasn't gained weight. He's
Right.
maintaining right at around, I don't know, what are you, about 117 pounds now? He's,
Wish I weighed 170 pounds again.
Ingvild says you're a chicken.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm a chicken too. Luke? I just need to have Luke come on. Everybody loves Luke.
Yeah.
My best was 5 bullseyes in a row. My Visla, that's some good shooting.
Was that the red bullseye or?
Was that the red bull in the middle or the outside black? I think sometimes they're green, but the ring outside the bullseye. All right, so let me go ahead and get into some of the projects that we've worked on, just to share those things with you. I think I mentioned last week that we have a secret butterfly-related project. I'm not going to say too much. I didn't say too much last week. I'm not saying too much this week. But there is a secret butterfly-related project, and we did get some work done on that this week, and it's going to be cool. It really is. The butterfly project is cool.
Super chat alert.
I see that. Ronald, thank you so much for starting the Super Chat Challenge.
Hey!
I'm not sure what the challenge is.
I don't know.
Except that, can you beat Ronald's record? I don't think so.
Nobody can.
Nobody can beat Ronald's record
Can't
with
pay
Super
dogs.
Chats. Thank you so
After
much,
live
Ronald,
show.
for supporting the Daddykirbs Farm creative efforts through your Super Chats. It truly does make a difference. Thank you so much. They both count for me, she says. Both bullseyes. Yeah, they count for me too. When we play the game cricket, I don't know if we're playing it exactly by the standard rules or whatever, but as we get down to when we're marking off the 320s and 19s all the way down, our rules here are that the bullseye has to be last, and the red bull counts for 3 points, which is closing out your bulls, and the outside ring counts for 1 point. So you can get 3 of those or 1 of the center bullseyes for your final throw on the darts. Diamond Willow 2 says, Blake and blue shirt dude look alike. That's Øystein. I'll take it. We could look alike. We do have the same hat, same build. Maybe a little Scandinavian blood in me. I don't know. But he's got a lot, like all of it.
Yeah.
And so Kate and Øystein and myself all sporting the Daddykirbs hats this morning. So a sign and symbol of the Daddykirbs family, which I have a few to ship out. There's 2 people.
Marine Mom.
Yeah, 1. I haven't got a hold of Marine Mom 2011. I think that's her name. I still need her contact information. Xavier Wee, your hat is ready. I just need to get it shipped out if you're watching. So, and then also I have a couple more for people who have gotten some hats. So let's see here. Love cricket. Yeah, that's a fun game. Raining in Nebraska all week. The first week of their visit, it rained all week, and the farm was a sloppy mess. We didn't get to do a whole lot except for what we had to do, keeping the animals happy and safe, but it was just a sloppy mess. So Sandy, contact me later about getting a hat. We can arrange... in the past, I've said any $30 Super Chat gets a hat. Also, we can arrange it through the Daddykirbs family Facebook group. If you don't know what the family Facebook group... Man, I can't even talk. Family Facebook group is... That is a Facebook group that is a closed group for people who are fans of the Daddykirbs Farm content and also like to talk and hang out like family. So that is the family group. And I see that, Wheat Tree Bonsai posted the Patreon link.
She also posted the family.
Oh, good. So the moderators are posting links to those different things, the Patreon, the Facebook family group, and whatever else, because they're awesome and they know what we are talking about. So Sandy, yes, the Patreon is a website that allows creators to post their content, and patrons, the Patreon patrons, can connect with them and support them financially, a small amount. It could be $1, $2, or some of them are posting $50 and more per month. So it's just a way for people to give. Some people truly do have the gift of giving, and they like to support people financially. So that's how Patreon patrons, that site helps creators and connect with people who like to do that. So, okay, so so I talked about the secret butterfly project, and that's going to be so cool. Kate, by the way, I'll walk you over and let you see the progress on that after the show.
Okay.
You get an early view of the secret.
Cool. I won't say a word.
She won't say a word. It's a secret. Okay. Then the horse barn. we did make progress on the horse barn. So I think it was Pony Vet. There may be some numbers associated with your username, but Pony Vet made the suggestion on either a live show.
Darts.
What, you want to play darts? You want to go see if somebody's in there playing darts?
I thought my dad was awake at least.
They're probably eating breakfast right
I
now.
saw them leave probably for a storm.
Ah,
near
right.
Central, but
We'll play darts later, bud.
after the live show.
Maggie's on her way.
I think Maggie might join us this morning for the show too. So Pony Vet made a suggestion that I needed to close the gap underneath the horse barn walls, the stalls, because it is possible for a horse to lay down and get their foot under it and then stand up and break their legs. I did not know that, so I'm glad that suggestion was made, and we are correcting that by placing heavy 6x6 beams all the way around the bottom of each stall. And John Hefnecker just joined and was approved for the Facebook family group. Thank you so much for joining the family. I can't wait to get to know you and see your pictures of your farms, if you have a farm, your gardens, and other projects that you have going on around your place. Now that is a no links group. Not even I will be placing links in the Facebook family. It just is for conversation so that we can all get to know each other. All right. So the horse barn progress is that we have some of those beams that are going in. It's been nice to have you and your dad help with that. Thank you so much. I'm going to get through some of this, and then I'm going to let Øystein talk about some of his experience on the farm. But I did want to scoot through some of this so that you can hear from me the things that are going on. Country Life 16 just joined. Good morning. Good to see you. We also did, like I said, start the horse fence. Hopefully we can finish that today. We've taken out 5 mesquite trees, strategically taken out a few trees for expansion of planting other trees and gardens and swales and berms. All of that will be coming up on videos. But while I had help, it was nice to be able to take a few of those trees out and process them and utilize the wood in different areas. The 2 of the trees were in a place where I wanted to be able to dig. So we worked on using some of the material from the trees to make small fires on the stumps, and we're burning those stumps out. So Øystein is a firebug, and he loves that. Yep. He's been taking care of that business.
You see Ronald?
I see you. I get so excited and so worked up. We are going to be burning some of the mesquite today because we're going to fire up the pizza oven. Yep. So we're going to have mesquite fired homemade pizza in the pizza oven. Yes.
I can't wait.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the projects that we do today. It's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait as well. We probably should take a little bit of video of that.
Yeah, probably.
That would be good. Now you won't be able... Hey, Todd, thank you
There we go.
for joining the Super Chat family. A $5 chat from Todd. That does help support the Daddykirbs farm and the creative efforts. Thank you so much. So, yeah, the pizza oven today, using some of that mesquite that we cut. And, yeah, looking forward to those pizzas. Mr. Øystein took the initiative while I was doing something else and put a bolt in the gate hinge so the gate swings a little easier now and doesn't fall off the hinge. So he's been very helpful with some of those small projects. Sandy, I'll be there in 12 hours. Let's see, the pizza should be mostly gone by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time we had that pizza oven, can you believe it's been a year?
That's amazing.
The pizza oven showed up here. It's not even my pizza oven. It's one of my buddies, Todd. He was the host of one of the live shows. I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
It's his pizza oven, and he brought it over for Farm Day last year. You can see that video as well for Farm Day. That was a beautiful experience. And the pizza oven has sat here now for a year because he has things going on in his backyard, and we just haven't got it over there yet. So we're going to use it This time, who knows? Go.
I don't know
Come
what's
here.
going on, why it keeps doing that.
I don't know.
Oh, look. This computer is crazy.
Sorry about that. Let's see.
There we go.
Øystein likes fire because it's so cold in Norway.
That's true.
It's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
fire
true.
is life.
Yeah.
How many chickens on the farm? What do you do with all those eggs? We have, I think it's 17, 18 main, I call them main layers. It's the bigger chickens that give us most of our eggs. And we do sell a few eggs. We use a lot of eggs. Some of our friends and family nearby get some eggs. So
I
it's,
get some.
yeah, Kate gets some eggs. And it's one of those things that we try to use as much as we can to have that wonderful resource here on the farm for our family. But then whatever we don't use either becomes a little bit of income. It's really not much of an income so much as a little money to support the feed that goes into those chickens. And then also for friends and family.
Eggs on pizza, Ronald wants.
Eggs on pizza. Oh, that might be
That
good.
would be a breakfast pizza.
A breakfast pizza, you know.
Egg and bacon on a pizza.
uh-huh.
There we go.
That would actually be probably good.
Yeah.
Right. We got several more people in here. Kilta Gardner made it in. Some of the names I may not say well. Is this a Norwegian thing?
No, that's not Norwegian.
Okay. Vitaltus, perhaps? Good morning. Good to see you. I'm going to get real messed up. Someday somebody's going to come just make up a username and come in, and they're forcing me to try to say them just for the entertainment.
David said, bacon! You said bacon!
Everybody loves bacon.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Barbara, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Pizza oven, I want to build one. Hey, yeah, this one is a dry stack oven. It's not that difficult to build. It's not super efficient for heat because it is dry stack and there's a lot of gaps. But for something that you use only occasionally, it's something that you could put up fairly inexpensively and easy to build. I should probably do a video on that.
Yes. We can build one at my house and you can do a video on it.
There you go.
Perfect. And at mine too.
There we go. Hey, dry stack pizza ovens around the world on the Daddykirbs farm.
I'll even volunteer to come help him build it. at
There
your
we
house.
go.
That's right.
There we
Oh,
go.
man. Yeah, we could just take a whole bunch of people from all over the world to Norway.
Just
Yeah.
all meet at
That would
Øystein's
be-
house.
That's right. We'll just meet up and have a party. I'm not actually
Norway
making
meetup.
plans.
Yeah, an international party.
International party in Norway.
That would be so much fun.
It would be fun.
Which
Not
here
actual
says,
plans.
Pizza show live
Just
would
dreaming.
be good.
Streaming pizza, is that what it said?
That must be. No, she said live pizza. No, pizza show live would be good.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we can do that. Breakfast
pizza
pizza is
cookie
very
is the
good.
best.
I've never had breakfast pizza, but apparently, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Eggs, bacon,
You have
sausage.
breakfast
And
tacos.
the crust is the same as toast.
Yeah, right. And in Texas, we have breakfast tacos.
Yeah, I've never heard of breakfast tacos.
Yeah. And they're delicious.
Yeah.
Ron Woodruff says Chef Daddykirbs Pizza Show.
That's right. Let's have a
Maybe
pizza
I
show.
should do a steam it on that. Breakfast pizza steam it.
There
Oh,
you go.
yeah.
Breakfast pizza Steam It post. Which, by the way, if you're following me on Steam It, you've also noticed that I am absent there as well. I haven't done a Steam It post in probably 12 days. And that's okay because I'm having a good time. Pizza
Wheatree
cooked.
says you'll never be the same after the Texas food.
Yeah, that's true. There's a
we
lot
looked
of food here in Texas that's just really good. A little
We'll
bit
have to
weird
send
at
you
times.
Care packages.
Yeah. A monthly supplies of taco stuff.
Yes, a monthly supply
Just
of
a
taco
tortilla.
toppings sent to
I'll
Norway.
Send you, I'll send you a recipe for making flour tortillas. They're very easy, and there's only like 3 things that go into them.
Oh, yummy.
Yum, yum.
Flour,
Fresh made
salt, and
tortillas
lard.
are the
That's
best.
it.
Oh, that
Okay.
easy.
Let's talk a little bit about the places we visited,
Yeah.
and you can share your perspective, because being a complete, fresh, new to Texas visitor, you're gonna have a better perspective on these places than I do.
Yeah.
So let's scoot in just a little bit here, and so right now we're going to talk about some of the places we visited, and Øystein's going to share his thoughts and his perspective on those places. First of all, let's talk about Enchanted Rock.
Yeah. It was hot.
It's hot.
Yep.
Let me explain what it is.
Yeah, sure.
And then you can tell. So Enchanted Rock, for those of you who don't know, is a place here in Texas, not too far outside of San Antonio, a couple hours drive. And it is a large hill that is it's like a bubble of granite. Apparently, if I got the story right, many moons ago, a underground volcano pushed this bubble of granite out of the ground, and then it cooled. So it's a big dome of granite, and now people love to go and walk up and down that dome, and there's different features on top that you can see, pools of water, caves, and it's really just a big rock that people walk on. So I would love to hear what that was like for you.
Oh, it was nice. The view from there, you can see for miles.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, I can't think of a place that you can see that far back home. So it was nice. It wasn't as crowded as I thought it was, which was also good. I don't like big crowds of people. So yeah, it was a nice time. Nice.
It was a little hot
It was a little hot.
up on the rock.
Yep.
And
I mean,
yeah, to elaborate on the view. Now, when I was in Norway last year, the view for me there was just stunning. I could not even believe what I was seeing. But a funny story, I don't know if we mentioned this in the live show, but Øystein's mother and I were sitting out on the front deck of their vacation home, and we were overlooking the fjord, which is just, you know, a beautiful water. It's like a reverse peninsula. It's just the water coming in, and super deep with mountains and cliffs coming up out of the sides of it. And I looked out and I was just expressing, like, wow, you can see so far. And your mother's response was?
No, you can't see that at far. There's a mountain in the way.
Yeah, so, you know, it's all perspective. They feel like their view is blocked off by mountains, so you can't see very far. But I was just amazed that I could actually look out across the water and see a mountain.
That's what I'm looking at.
That's it. That's exactly what I'm seeing. Yeah. So, hey, let me take a quick break. You guys can carry on for a moment. I'm going to step away from the camera for just a moment. I'll be right back.
Yep.
On the spot. You're on the spot.
So you can see out your window, you can see mountains.
Yeah. Mountains probably 500 or 600 feet high or so.
My very first time I ever saw what I thought was a mountain, because I grew up in South Texas, I found out it was about a 20-foot hill. I thought it was a mountain.
Yeah.
I was petrified. I knew I was going to fall off the side of it and die.
Yeah. No, we have a bit bigger mountains back home than that.
Yes. And you have all that water.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah. And it's deep. It's super deep. I think Blake's said you can go 100 feet out from the shore and you have it 100 feet deep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And
Oh
some
my
places
goodness.
you can go out like 10 feet and you have 200 feet deep.
Wow.
So it's
Do you have a lot of fresh water? Do you have a lot of fresh water near
we
you?
do. Not the lakes aren't that big, but there are many of them. Small lakes with trouts. Salmon goes up in some of those small lakes, and a few other species. So yeah, usually we can just go camping.
I got
by
to
the
try
water.
trout this week for the very first time. I'd never
Oh.
eaten trout.
It's good.
It is
very good.
delicious. You're right.
My dad smokes salmon. He gets salmon from a fish farm nearby, and he smokes salmon. So we get to have that with scrambled eggs, freshly baked bread in the morning.
My grandparents used to smoke salmon. They lived in Seattle, and they'd go up to Alaska and catch the salmon and bring them home and smoke them.
That's good.
It was wonderful.
It's really good.
And of course, I like lox and bagels, which is salmon and bagels. So.
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt you guys.
Well, come on back.
Yeah. Here we are. I'm sure that was wonderful. I'll have to catch that in replay. I had to step away and help Luke with something. My apologies for that moment. But they handled it very well. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Food is always a good conversation.
Oh, food's a great conversation. Let me see. There's...
mountains over 14,000 feet.
Yes.
So that what would that convert to in meters?
Colorado has 51 mountains over 14,000 feet.
Yeah, I don't know what the conversion is exactly, but that's tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Colorado. So they have.
Do they have any flat land in Colorado?
I don't
at
know
all?
if they do have any flat land in Colorado.
50 mountains,
it is
51
very
mountains?
a beautiful drive. Going through Colorado is gorgeous.
I was there when I was 2, but I don't remember much about
Yeah, I'll
it.
bet not. Let's see. Sherry Sows says hello from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Wishing all the rest of the Canucks watching this a happy morning or a happy Thanksgiving. Watching as I'm getting the turkey in the oven. Love your channel. Thank you so much. Thank you. And now I'm hungry for turkey. Brenda Duncan grew up in the Ozarks. Another beautiful stretch, a nice drive, driving through the Ozarks.
Yes, it is. I drove through there this past spring, and it is gorgeous.
It really is.
There we go. 4,267 meters. Yeah, that's pretty high.
That's a tall one.
We don't have mountains that high.
No. Yeah, I would say yours.
But your mountains kind of are a lot older, too, so they've kind of been worn down a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of glacier activity up there, so maybe the mountains are not as tall, but, I mean, you're right on sea level, so they look pretty significant.
Yeah.
Well, I know that the Great Smokies are not as tall as the Rockies because they're much older mountains, and erosion has made them much shorter.
Scotland was a part of Norway once. Scotland and Denmark. Denmark is just flat, but Scotland, Scotland and Norway has very similar.
Are they divided by water? I'm sorry, I don't
Yeah, they
know.
are divided. Scotland is a part of Great Britain.
Right.
So you have England, Wales, Scotland. So yeah, Scotland is very similar in scenery to some parts of Norway.
Someday, now that I've broken the ice, funny because it's Norway, and I've traveled to Norway and left the United States, flew across the ocean, now I have a little more confidence to do that in the future, and I hope to visit some of those other places.
Yeah.
I have people all over the world in private messages asking me to visit different places. Several people asking me to visit India. I've been invited to South America in different places. I mean, it's just, it would be really cool to visit all over if I had time and money. That's always the thing, right? Time and money.
Yep.
Let's see. So John Hefnecker says, yes, the east is flat. That's Colorado.
Yeah.
Is this Øystein's first visit to... Oh, this is Green Gables Homestead. Is this Øystein's first visit to the Daddykirbs farm? Yes. He's been here now for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Today. 2 weeks.
Actually.
So this is his first and only visit. He's been here 2 weeks. He'll be here for a couple more days. And then he's back off to Norway, stopping for a short bit in Florida to see what South Florida looks like as well.
Yeah. First visit to the U.S., in fact.
First visit to the U.S.
Yeah.
And yeah, interesting history. He and I met through YouTube simply by him asking a question 4 years ago.
4 years ago, yeah.
Asking a question, and yeah, we just developed a conversation, and then I ended up going to Norway to visit his family, and now he here, and it's just been kind of a cool experience. Paul Otis says the closest thing to mountains here in Minnesota is the southeast Minnesota bluff country and north shore of Lake Superior. Lake Superior is beautiful.
John Haffeneck says you need to start a live YouTube show from Norway.
Oh.
I have tried to convince Øystein to do a YouTube. I did get him on Steemit. He made a few posts on Steemit.
Yeah.
But one of the things about Øystein and his family is that they value real life interaction so much that the camera gets left out, which is wonderful.
I forget about it. I've been here for 2 weeks now. I counted 7 pictures on my phone for 2 weeks. 3 of the pictures were about food.
There you go. Yeah.
Now we know what's important to you.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's one of those things that because I got to visit them, I understand that their lack of social media interaction is because of their rich, strong family. And it is a real life social interaction, and the way they get to hang out and just bond with each other in a beautiful location, which they don't even see anymore really, but I mean it's just normal for them. But their real life interaction is so rich that their social media interaction is not so rich, which is great. I think that's great.
You're right, Sandy. We do need that here in the States.
Yes. Okay. Scrolling through. Christian Rico, your brother was my teacher. Are you referring to my brother in California? Because I think that's really cool if you are one of his students.
Worm Turns wants to know if what you found to be the coolest and the oddest parts of the U.S.
That is a good question.
Coolest part of the U.S.? That has to be the farm, Daddykirbs farm.
Yes.
Yeah. And the oddest?
Also Daddykirbs farm.
Oh, that's Daddykirbs himself.
Oh, there you go.
The coolest is my farm, the oddest. No, seriously, what is, unless you are serious. Are you serious?
Kristen says yes, Mr. Kirby.
No, I think the most fascinating thing is some of the foods, actually, or, well, when you go to a restaurant, always the calories is always mentioned either on the board, or the menu on the board, or in the menu itself. We don't have that.
That's only recently started happening, really, only in the last 8 or 10 years.
Yeah.
I found that interesting. And a bit weird.
Yeah. It's one of those, the government's trying to protect us, so they want us to be aware, which I think is great, allowing us to be aware. So what food, actually, you mentioned food several times, what food experience here has been your favorite?
The tacos.
The tacos.
Tacos.
In San Antonio, it has to be the tacos.
Yeah, breakfast tacos, burritos, quesadillas, fajitas.
Listen to him speaking Spanish.
I know. Better than I, for sure. Now, we did also go down and experience Lulu's Cafe. Is it Cafe?
Yes,
Lulu's Cafe. And they have the 3-pound cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Because in Texas, you got to have something big. And the cinnamon roll there is big. I didn't eat any of it because I'm not going to put that much white flour and sugar in my mouth. However, those who did partake said it was really yummy. And it was very impressive. It was it was like a cake, like a wedding cake. The thing's massive. Did you taste that one?
I didn't go down to Lulu.
You didn't go, but did you taste it when it came home?
I did, and it was good.
Wee Tree wants to know if this is going to be an annual trip coming to the U.S.
If I could afford it, I would do it. But, yeah, we'll see. It wasn't that expensive. I mean, usually we go to Greece, having a room at a hotel and everything. And this was cheaper than going to Greece because we don't have that hotel bill.
Right. Yep. Just a cozy little room in the guest house.
Yep.
The original cabin to this farm, what we call the guest house, back somewhere around 1979, if I get the story straight, there was this small cabin built, and now it's a 2-bedroom, with a living space and a kitchen, and so a lot of times throughout the year it ends up being a storage room for us because we don't have a garage or a shop. But we did clean it up for this trip, and it turned out to be a beautiful place for them to hang out for a couple weeks. Let's see, food. Yes, Mr. Kirby, Christian Rico. Well, that is really cool. If you see my brother, give him a high five. Tell him you watched the Daddykirbs live show, and it was awesome. Even if you have to fib a little bit, just a little. Not really, don't fib.
David says Øystein has a great sense of humor.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Honestly, the sense of humor is one of the reasons we connected.
Yeah.
Because both of I think we share a lot in common, besides our good looks.
Yeah.
I'll stay back out of that.
Ronald says the oddest would be eating canned possum.
Or canned rattlesnake.
Or canned rattlesnake. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever had.
I haven't tried
We
that.
haven't tried that.
I'll stick to the tacos.
And who cares what's in the tacos, right?
Yeah.
Just tacos. They're just good stuff. Green Gable says she misses carne asada and barbacoa. Those are definitely San Antonio staples.
Yes, they are.
Breakfast tacos in Texas are the best.
Yeah, see,
They were good.
I grew up
so good.
up north, and taco night for us was, you know, the boxes of shells and some ground beef and a little lettuce and cheese, and that was taco night. That's what I thought tacos were. And then I moved to Texas.
Yeah.
And that's not what tacos are. Texas, the San Antonio, I don't know about all of Texas, but the San Antonio area has amazing tacos of all shapes, all flavors, and they're just wonderful. Will this be a yearly visit? Yeah, you answered that. If you could afford it, that would be really cool. Sandra Stanfield, hi Blake and friends. Hey Sandy, love your videos. Blake, tell the family that I said hello. I will certainly do that. Thanks for joining us this morning. Cow cheeks. All right. Scrolling through. Green Gables. My mom happens to be in San Antonio right now for a funeral. I'm sorry to hear that.
Better than canned rotten fish in Norway. Yeah.
Yep.
That's gross.
That's gross.
The canned fish.
Is it?
Oh.
But it's a real thing, right?
It is. It is.
Raymond Chapin, good morning, Joey, says, did Øystein come here by himself or did he travel with his family? He actually showed up with his girlfriend, and then a week later his parents followed.
Yeah.
Because he traveled with his girlfriend? What? No, they had a different schedule, but they all showed up here, and now we'll be here for another week. Actually, they're here for a couple days, and then his parents will be here for a few days longer.
Yeah.
And his dad is learning English. He's doing great.
Yeah, it is.
But he doesn't speak as fluently as the rest of the family. But he's learning a bit more English while he's here, and I'm trying my best to learn a bit of Norwegian.
Mm-hmm.
John Heffenegger wants to know what you do for a living.
I work as a customer care agent for phone support, mobile phones. So yeah, it's really not much to talk about. Just that.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
missed the question, I thought.
Yeah. There's just to expand on that, the employment opportunities in your small area aren't that great.
Nope.
So you're actually very lucky to have that company in your location. There's 1,000 people in your town?
970 something.
And you know all of them?
Well, I know all of the faces. I've seen everyone.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
It's traditionally, historically, that part of Norway, your town, was a fishing town.
Yeah.
So there's still a lot of fishing industry there, but I don't know, and we don't need to go into too much detail, but in that town there is this company that came in that's a technology support company.
Yep.
And so there's a little bit of business there to help keep some of the young people hanging out with a good job. Wern Turns Florida says Norwegian-style codfish soup is the best.
Yeah, fish soup in general. We had some when
Yeah,
you
we
visited.
did. I had some of the fish soup. It's very good.
Yeah, we usually have cod, shrimp, halibut,
Ooh, I love halibut.
salmon. You just mix in all kinds of fish and
Delicious. It's really the
Sounds
cream
wonderful.
sauce.
it is.
The cream sauce makes everything wonderful. It's so good.
With a lot of butter.
A lot of butter. So
Real
you can
butter,
imagine
too.
in Norway,
Real butter.
being that their growing season is very short and they don't get, the long warm season that we do. Root crops do really well there. Carrots, potatoes, radishes, turnips, I'm sure all
A few
do.
onions.
Onions. So they have a lot of root crops, a lot of cream from the dairy, and then of course the fish because they're right there on the ocean.
Mary Wiseman wants you to say something in Norwegian.
Oh my.
It has to be
the straw-
something.
the
You
straw.
can't just say a random
what?
word.
Straw.
Oh, right. So apparently, this is a pen, but when you put
Apparently.
the straw into your, that you drink through, a drinking straw, is a sugerør.
Sugerør.
Sugerør. Close. Directly translated to suck pipe. How's that?
It
But,
works.
Hey, sugerør. So there you go. There's my word in Norwegian. They're very gracious, but I know by the looks on their faces that I'm not saying things correctly, because my tongue, my culture doesn't do the sounds that they do. In fact, I can't even hear the difference in some of the sounds that they do, because a lot of times they'll repeat a word, and I'll repeat it, and I say, "That's what I'm saying," and it's not what they're saying. So it's kind of funny, but they're very gracious, and I've tried real hard to learn and say things the way they're saying them. Øystein's very good about correcting me by spelling the word. That gives me a better idea of how the word should be said, because a lot of times the sounds don't match the letters, it seems to me. So yeah, it's a fun experience. It says Green Gables. I grew up in Kirby, which is right down the road. My namesake, not named after me, but it's right down the road. Bill Miller brisket is always a must-have when we go back and visit. Bill Miller brisket is good stuff. Brisket.
Have you tried Big Bib?
I did. Yes, Big Bib has amazing brisket and sausage.
Don't
They
they?
have a jalapeno sausage that's delicious.
I wouldn't know.
It is delicious. If we had time, we should go. But I don't know that we'll have time.
Their
No,
sweet
we don't.
potato casserole is wonderful.
Yes, they do have the side dishes are great too. Their sweet potato casserole.
Baked potato
their-
casserole.
but they
Both.
do they have both? Yeah, I thought they had a sweet potato,
They-
and then a regular normal potato salad, and then their beans are good. It's just a good place.
We made sweet potato soup.
Yes, you
last
did.
week.
Sweet potato soup. It was so yummy, so full of flavor.
Have
Amazing.
you tried the sweet potato greens yet?
Yeah, we
Yes,
did. We cooked
did.
sweet potato greens from the Daddykirbs garden into several meals already.
Yeah.
We made what they call dinner pie.
Mhm.
What was it in Norwegian?
Middagspie.
Middagspai?
Middag.
Middog?
Yeah.
Middog pie? Something
Sounds
like that.
Mad Dog.
Mad dog pie.
Middag pie.
And so it was dinner pie, and basically you put all kinds of veggies and meats if you want, and you cover it and it's in a pie crust that was homemade, and you cover it in eggs and you bake it, and it was so yummy. And we included some of the sweet potato greens, some of the moringa,
Oh, good.
also
Fresh rosemary from the garden.
ro-
fresh basil.
yeah, rosemary and basil and peppers.
Peppers.
It sounds
was a-
wonderful.
Maybe that's it,
Yeah.
but it was delicious.
A lot of eggs. Fresh eggs.
A lot
from
of
the
fresh eggs, yeah.
From the chickens.
Sounds almost like a frittata.
Yeah.
I don't know what a frittata is, but
Frittata
Perhaps.
is like an egg dish, but it doesn't have a pie crust underneath
Right.
it. And you just you whip up your eggs and whatever spices, and then mix whatever vegetables and other things you want. Put it in a pie plate and bake it.
it sounds very close. Now, probably the difference is the crust.
Yep.
Probably.
Yeah, it was very it seemed like a wonderful way to use up some of those garden things that you might not have a plan for.
Yeah.
It was delicious. So Ronald says butter and cream sauce, good. Fish, no. And there's a link. We Tree Bonsai posting a link to the Daddykirbs family Facebook group. I hope to see you guys there. That's good. It's turning out to be a really fun place to share and yeah, just talk about the different things going on in our gardens and in our kitchens. It's been fun. I haven't had enough time this week to check most of it out, but I pop in and out to just see what's going on new. So those of you who are there, thank you so much for making that a community. It can't be about me, and it can't be all me doing this stuff because I'm rather all by myself, kind of boring. It's you guys that make this special, so thank you so much. Let's see here. Sandy, getting ready for work. See you on Facebook later or in the comments of the videos here. That would be wonderful if all of you guys would come back to the comments after this goes to live and leave some comments for Øystein and his family and for the Daddykirbs farm, because that would help boost the ratings on YouTube, so that would make it a more successful video, and share it with your friends and family as well. Where is Big Bib? I can't remember what road it is.
It's on the Austin Highway.
Right, Austin Highway.
Just north of the VFW Hall.
There you go. Austin Highway, just north of the VFW Hall. Tell them Daddykirbs sent you, and they will have absolutely no clue what you're talking about. Let's see. Did he try pastor? I'm not sure what that means.
Pastor.
Pastor?
Yeah, it's a food. I don't know how to make it, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I don't know anything about pastor, the food.
So no, I haven't.
So no, he hasn't. I'm rather. My palate is kind of small, and our experience, because we as a family typically don't go out to eat often. There's a lot about the different places in San Antonio that I just don't know about. So when it comes to sharing that experience with our guests, I'm just not good at it. We actually have to call other friends and family and say, where would you take someone? Because we just don't know. All right, let's see, scrolling through. We have been live for 57 minutes.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Man, time flies.
Really?
Because you know you're having fun. All right, thank you, We Tree Bonsai, for posting for people to contact me about hats if they're interested in getting a hat. There will be in the future opportunities for, if you post a picture of yourself on social media
Mexican restaurant.
with a Daddykirbs hat, with the hashtag Daddykirbs Family, Daddykirbs F-A-N-I-L-Y. If you post with hashtag Daddykirbs Family with your hat, in the future there will be a Daddykirbs Family hat photo contest, a giveaway. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'm warming people up for that. So there's hats. There's 3 hats here. There's I know there's probably 15 to 20 hats out in the world, and there will be more as people order those.
But mine's the only one that's been signed in the U.S.
Except for Tangi, the caver's wife.
Oh, did you sign hers too?
I did sign hers.
Yeah, you did sign mine here as well, with my first letter.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
Doug Bode says a prize idea for the contest is a collection of seeds taken from the Daddykirbs farm. We could start that and make that a real deal too. Oh, We Tree Bonsai says hers is signed as well. I signed a few. I don't remember who all got signed hats.
I know you signed Shell's before you signed mine, but I think mine was the second one signed.
Shell's, yes, because yours was live. Shell
got his.
Got his. I signed his. Yeah, last year in Norway. So there's a few of them. Yeah, the signed ones, David, are worth more. Or less. I don't know, maybe.
They're heavier from all the ink.
Yeah.
Mary Wiseman says, I can tell you about the chow hall at the Air Force Base.
Which Air Force Base?
Yeah, which one? Randolph, right down the road. There's been a lot of, it's kind of fun because for me, I don't even really see or hear the jets unless I'm recording video. But just in a normal day, I don't see or hear the jets because it's just so normal. But several times they pointed out the jets that are flying over. So yeah, those are coming from the Air Force Base right down the road. Yep. Well, any last minute comments or suggestions or jokes, clean jokes, and we can wrap this up. It's been 1 hour. It has been an amazing hour. Thank you guys for being with me, and thank you for being with me. If you're watching this in replay, thank you for sharing this time with me in replay. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about the show, about the visitors, and yeah, just in general, let's share our stories and our journeys together. There's a few other things. I don't know, did you talk about any of these things?
No, we didn't get to that.
So I will quickly just run down the list of places that we've gone. It's not a long list. Enchanted Rock, which we talked about. Fredericksburg, which is a small, cute Texas town right outside of, or Enchanted Rock is right outside that location.
The food there was great.
The food, the German food, it's a German town, so the German food was amazing. The shops are cute. You know, it's just fun to see everything they have going on there. Pedernales Falls State Park, which was fun. It was a nice hike. We got to sit in the water and just enjoy that area. I've only been there 1 or 2 times before, and actually it's nothing like I remember. It was just a gorgeous place to hang out for the day.
It was nice.
Downtown San Antonio, of course, the Alamo. We visited there, and the Riverwalk, and just seeing some of those things. Øystein decided that day that he didn't want to go. It was more fun for him to hang out here on the farm and do some of the farm chores. He wanted to do the chores, so I let him. All right, so, and then the girls, the ladies, of course, not all ladies, but these ladies, they wanted to see some of the shopping areas. So they went to San Marcos outlet malls. Overwhelming for me. I don't care to go there, but they always have a great time walking around and seeing all the shopping malls and the stores that are available. Now in Norway, that's not normal. There's not those large shopping areas. No. Maybe a few locations in the bigger cities, but
yeah, but not on that scale.
It's big.
It's massive.
Yeah, you got to drive around. You can't even walk around the whole thing. No. And then we did go to the rodeo. Yep. A Texas experience. Oh wait, you haven't shown your hat.
No, I haven't. So
this is Øystein's new hat. Picked up at the Comal County fair.
Fair, that's it.
Yeah.
And I got some boots.
Boots?
Boots. We bought those in Fredericksburg.
Yep.
Yeah,
his boots.
Back real Texan.
Yeah.
Yeah, his boots are sharp. Right. They're I don't know exactly how to pronounce the name. Luchis or Luches. Fancy boots.
Lucchese.
Lucchese? Is that how it's pronounced?
There is a Lucchese
It's Lucesse or something like that?
It's Lucchese boots.
Oh, Lucchese boots. They're beautiful boots, and they look great on him. All right. And yeah, so that wraps up all the locations, where we've gone, the projects we've worked on. Lucchese. Kate said it right. Yeah. Thank you.
Yay,
now I know how to say Lucchese. I just thought it was blue cheese, like blue cheese. I don't know. But... yeah, so nice hat. At least there's no feathers on it.
That can be arranged.
We got plenty of. Oh, he's got a Daddykirbs cowboy hat now.
Fits perfectly.
We can put some chicken and duck feathers on it before he goes home. It has now been. Hey Trish, thank you. I didn't see you join in earlier. Good morning. Good to see you, Trish. It's now been an hour and 3 minutes. I could go on forever because this is fun, but we do have to get started on the fence. I got to call my neighbor and have him come over and finish drilling those holes.
And I get to see the surprise.
And Kate gets to see the butterfly surprise. And yeah, we're just going to have a good Saturday and pizza later.
Oh, yum, yum, yum.
I shouldn't mention because you don't get to have any. Sorry. Sorry.
Make your own
oven. That's right.
Make your own pizza.
Make your own pizza at home and just imagine that you're joining us on the Daddykirbs
I'll definitely
farm.
Make that when we get home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times. Thank you so much for joining us. I cannot wait to have a conversation with you in the comments below. It's been wonderful. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.